How to make $1 billion. Hey, what's up my friends? Nick Rapkless here, and on this video I want to share with you 3 lessons that I learned from the $50 billion man known as Dan Pena. So this was actually a little over a year ago that I got invited to go to this private mastermind workshop type of thing with Dan Pena and one of my mentors. And as I mentioned just a moment ago, Dan Pena is known as the $50 billion man because throughout the past few decades, him and his clients and his students have achieved $50 billion worth of deals. So first off, if you don't know who Dan Pena is, I mean, I kind of give you a little brief synopsis there, but I strongly recommend that you check him out. He's this old guy, I want to say in his 80s, 70s or 80s. I don't recall exactly how old he is, but he's an extremely polarizing guy. If you are offended by language or anything like that, this probably is not your best bet to go check him out. But if you can put that kind of stuff to the wayside and just take in and soak in all of his information, it is very valuable. Okay, so I got invited to go to this little mastermind thing a little over a year ago. My buddy and I actually went, and it was interesting because Dan, he's very well dressed. He always wears suits, and he required everyone at this thing to wear a suit if you wanted to attend. So we had to get all dressed up. It was kind of fun, actually. It was like one of the first times I had to go out and buy a suit because I didn't really have one, and I wanted to get something nice because obviously I was going to be in the presence of the $50 billion man. But basically, when he was starting out, he took about, I think it was like $500, and he started doing real estate, and he turned that into a fortune. And then just a lot of cool things. So the best thing I can recommend is you just go check him out to figure out his story, what he's all about, and all that kind of stuff. But I want to share with you basically the 3 things that I got out of meeting with Dan Pena. Actually got to shake his hand, say hello to him, talk to him for a second. So that was really cool. So the 3 things that I wanted to share with you about him that might be able to help you out. I know I said how to make $1 billion. I'm no expert on making $1 billion, but obviously he's done very well. He's has a solid track record. So I want to share the 3 things that I got out of meeting with the man, the myth, and the legend. Okay, so the first one is set your goals higher. Okay, set your goals higher. And this is something that I constantly am always thinking about. And I kind of have this teeter-tottering mindset almost, where it's like, I don't want to set my goals too high because if I don't achieve them, then it creates, a sense of apathy. And then also I want to set smaller goals so I build up the momentum. But I think it's always key to set your goals higher. And I forget who it was that said it, but set goals that you cannot achieve in this lifetime. That's going to make sure that you set goals high enough. And the reason that I share with you that and what Dan really made an impression upon me is that is like one of his regrets in life. One of his regrets. Okay, this $50 billion man has one of his only regrets is that he didn't set his goals high enough. And if someone like that is willing to share like this one regret that he has throughout his entire life, even though he's extremely successful, I'm going to take that a little bit more seriously. So there is a book known as the 10X Rule by Grant Cardone, and I think that is going to be one of my next books that I'm going to read, and that's talking all about setting your goals higher as well. But what I can implore onto you is that if you really want to truly have success, you set your goals higher and really strive for them. Okay. Now the second thing that I really got out of this whole thing with Dan Pena is really going after what you want. Now to illustrate this a little bit, when Dan was doing, real estate or whatever he was, he was working in the oil business too, I think a little bit. And, when he was selling, he's always been like a seller. So he was always going for what he wanted. And obviously his paycheck was depending on a commission and a sale, right? So what he was doing, and this is the mindset he was closing I want to say it was 90% of the people he met with, he was closing, which is pretty outstanding in my opinion. I think others would agree with that as well. But he had this mentality where he said, these people are going to buy or they're going to leave crying. And obviously that's quite extreme, but that's just kind of the mentality that he brings to the table. And I don't think you need to go to those levels, but I think you need to have the mindset that I am going after what I want and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get there. Okay, just having that killer mindset, that positive, aggressive mindset that you're going to do whatever it takes. You know, having that seller's mentality, like if you don't sell, you don't eat. And just like, I think about that from my standpoint is like, you know, maybe sometimes I get on the phone when I'm, you know, selling some people on different things on my services and products and stuff like that. And, you know, I tell them something I know it can help them. But you know, they just don't have the money or whatever it is. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. You know, I think in nature, I'm a little bit more passive on that aspect, but I think this is something that I can always incorporate more, because if I know something is truly going to help somebody, and you know, if it's truly going to help somebody, then I will do whatever it takes to, you know, generate that sale. And I think that's the type of mentality that you have to come from, is that you just have to, you know, you have to do whatever it takes. You have to, you know, even if they say no multiple times, that you just have to continue to move forward and progress and say, you know, this is going to help you, and let's do whatever it takes to get you on board so that we can truly help you. Because the metaphor that I've always heard about is that, like, within selling, is that if you have the cure to cancer, let's say you have the cure to cancer and someone has cancer and they give you an objection, you're not going to just be like, oh, okay, well, never mind, we'll just call the next person. No, you're going to do whatever it takes to get that person to buy your cure for cancer, because you know if you don't, it's a disservice to that person. So that's the type of mentality you need to come from, whether that you're selling, you know, life insurance, whether you're selling cars, real estate, or you're selling yourself. You got to come from that mindset of you're doing whatever it takes to get whatever the heck it is that you want. Okay. And then the third is live outside of your means. And this is something I would say struggle with. Yeah, it really is. That's something I struggle with. And I'm not totally sold on it, but I'm constantly trying to do it a little bit further and further. Basically what he means is that, like, so say you're making $10,000 a month, or you're making $100,000 a month, you want to be spending $100,000 a month, or, you know, if you're $110,000 a month. If you're at 10K, you should be spending $11,000 a month. And basically what this is going to do, basically you have to work harder. You have to work harder in order to, you know, keep your existence, keep your, you know, roof over your head, your car, whatever it is that you have to keep on working your ass off if you truly want to continue to maintain that lifestyle. Because if you don't, then obviously you won't be living that lifestyle for long if you don't live outside your means, because it's literally an external motivator. Because if you don't live up to the expectation, then, or the standard that you set, then obviously you're going to lose all of your stuff. So it is kind of scary, and it's like an intrinsic motivator, but it's kind of scary. And that's why I don't do that right now, but I'm always kind of trying to push, like, my spending limits a little bit more, so I kind of develop this more carefree mindset, and so that it really is just kind of a motivator. So those are the three things there. So let's just recap real quick. The first one was just think bigger, set your goals bigger. The second one is going after what you want and don't stop until you get there. And then the third one is living outside of your means. Okay, so if you can do those three things, I'm certainly thinking that it'll help you get closer to $1 billion. Maybe you won't reach $1 billion, but those are the three things that I got from this mastermind type of thing when I met Dan Pena. And that was a really cool experience. Just being in the environment of him as well was really, really cool. It gave me a whole lot of motivation. So whenever you can go to live events where you're just in the presence of super successful people, I strongly recommend that you do that. It's kind of known as this whole thing about the law of environmental exposure. It's that whole osmosis thing. You're just soaked up in the information. Like, you know, anytime you have a chance to, like, come to one of my masterminds, or, you know, anybody else's masterminds, you just get this level of energy that you would never get if you're just watching videos, if you're just reading ebooks, or you're just reading books, or, you know, listening to audios, whatever it is. You don't get the same level as if you were actually in the presence of someone, soaking up their energy and really gaining all their knowledge. Okay, so that is it, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully that gave you some good insights to really stepping up your game and really having a lot more success in your life. Okay, if you guys do want to go check out my free video training that goes into depth about affiliate marketing, it is over at mentorwithnick.com. There's a link down in the video description. And then just connect with me on social media. If you have any questions, comments, or anything like that, put them down in the comments as well. And if you're interested in anything to do with Instagram, please hit me up. Let me know what's going on. As I made yesterday, I talked a little bit more about my Instagram agency, and we're having a lot of crazy great results with our clients. So if that interests you, you want to grow your account, you want to grow your like how your pictures look and all that kind of stuff, hit me up, let me know what's going on, and we will definitely set you up. All right, guys, thanks for watching this video, and we'll talk to you on the next one.
Against the world, we're the perfect team. You're my dream, and I just want